a lot of people have reported that due to this online shift in work, the workload has increased a lot, and the expectations from the employees have also increased a lot. And ironically, the time they were able to give to the family, that has also significantly reduced, and they have been struggling to kind of balance their work and family lives. What do you think about that? That's my first question. And my second question, as someone who is in a higher up position and who has the authority to kind of make things better or worse for their employees, how did you work around that?
Yes, I have heard these observations. Interestingly, not that much from within Jazz, but I've read about these Zoom fatigue and this kind of pressure to still let your manager or your teammates know that you are putting in the hours. I think that's a function of ill-defined expectations, really. Because if the expectations in terms of what success will look like in your particular job role are well aligned with your manager and your team, then it's just a matter of putting in working really smartly and effectively to affect those outcomes, right? Or to kind of produce the results that are expected of you. Like I said in the beginning, there are job roles where such definitions do not exist, or are not really very tangible. And that is where this confusion of how do we still come out looking as if we are being productive or we are being effective starts to kind of cloud the relationship between an employee and his or her manager. And I would also say that this would be more rampant in job roles which kind of became less meaningful as the pandemic set in and we moved to a more virtual world, and our stakeholders, supply chain partners, customers, they also changed the way that they interact with us or that they work with us. For example, in some organizations, the relative importance of people who were working in the front line changed because a lot of customers, instead of now coming into your retail store to get their work done, were now just calling up your call center or accessing your self-service portals and getting the work done themselves without any need to go out to get a recharge, or without any need to go to particular retail outlet to transact with the business. Some roles found themselves in a position which was slightly insecure, right? So I think the confusion or the insecurity basically arose or was more prevalent in those roles.
Okay, so since the pandemic is something that we haven't fully recovered from as of yet, and we're still in the process of kind of figuring out things, and the companies are still going virtual, and sometimes we shift to the physical environment, and then some news breaks out, and then we get back to that. So, what do you think are some of the key things that employers need to keep in mind, or people higher up in the authorities need to keep in mind when it comes to transitioning from a conventional work model to a remote working model? Anything you think is significant in terms of how they should be dealing with their employees, or generally how the management or the logistical issue should be handled? Like, what do you have to say about that?
Yes, you are right, Halima, that there are companies which have found themselves at the crossroads of this change. There are organizations nationwide and in Pakistan as well, who are already exercising, some form of hybrid work policy. There were global companies in the tech space, and these companies we work with, they have employees in Pakistan, but they are not really tethered to a physical office. They meet with the customers or stakeholders as and when required, and then otherwise they operate virtually. But the pandemic has just accelerated this trend, and it has also forced companies which were laggards in this space to kind of put their act together and adopt this new reality. So for these companies which are slightly late to the game, and which were forced to consider this new way of work only when the pandemic kind of forced them to, they will have to rejig their operating models. I think they need to map how the value is delivered to the customer in traditional or pre-pandemic days, and how to do that, how to deliver that value in the most effective way in the new reality. They need to invest in the right technologies, right systems to be able to service their customers remotely, to make sure that the work inside the organization continues to happen in an effective way. They need to change the mindset of the employees. We all know that it's very easy for people to get in their comfort zones, and then inertia sets in, and even a small change, to bring about a small change in a large organization, can be an uphill task. The performance management systems need to be redefined. We have, I think, spoken at length about the need to define what success looks like. Not the number of hours that you put in, but the kind of or quality of outcome or output that you produce. So the performance management systems have to be realigned, with the right and meaningful definition of productivity. And then, some of the organizations will have to take some tough calls also, because working in a digital first or a remote first environment will render a lot of the existing processes redundant, which could have people implications as well. So I think the pandemic has kind of forced organizations to critically look at how they are set up, and how they can actually reinvent themselves in the new reality in a way which probably will lead to more efficiency and more cost savings, and faster time to market, and faster time to address their customer needs. So it is definitely going to require some strategic soul searching and strategic reinvention for a lot of the companies which were still performing in a more traditional kind of operating model.